Hey friends, Mikester here. Hey friends, Mikester here, your humble servant, with the weekly update from First United Methodist Church of Fort Worth. What in the world was that, you're asking? Well, this coming Sunday is Pentecost Sunday. And I think for many of us, we have the mistaken idea that Pentecost means speaking in tongues or being out of control in worship. Actually, the word Pentecost means 50th. It's the 50th day at the end of the Easter season. Another way of looking at it is it's the 7th Sunday after Easter Sunday. What we celebrate this coming Sunday is the birthday of the Christian church. It's the day that's described in Acts chapter 2, when the followers of Jesus were together and they were given the gift of the Holy Spirit from above. Now that gift does a lot of things. One of the things that gift does is it gives us a message of the good news of God's love that we can share with all people. It also encourages us to listen to one another, because that's part of what Acts chapter 2 said, that suddenly people heard others in their own native languages. So we need to listen to one another, and it's all about encouragement. This week, Dr. Brewster talked in our staff meeting about how he has been drawn to a story in the 4th chapter of Acts about a man whose nickname was Barnabas. Barnabas means son of encouragement, or one who encourages. So the day of Pentecost really can be about all the ways that we can encourage one another in this community that we love so much. Thank you again for your support of the ministries beyond the walls of our church. We're calling it now Texas and Beyond Outreach Ministries. You've supported it the last couple weeks, and we're going to continue to focus on it through the beginning of June. And we thank you for all of your contributions and for all the time that's been given on mission trips in Puerto Rico, on habitat builds. And we're grateful also for the upcoming middle school mission blitz that's going to be during the month of June. There's opportunities to sign up for that now. Those are things beyond our walls. But we also are very focused on those things here within our walls, the ways that we care for one another. And here to talk about that is Kelly Fox. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
And thanks for being a part of our church.
Thank you.
How long have you been a member here?
I've been a member, it'll be 6 years in January.
Oh, I hope you've enjoyed it.
I have. This is the best church that I've ever been a part of.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Thanks.
And I know that I see you in leadership in our church in a number of different ways. I think the first place I always think of you in that is within the gathering.
Yes, I started, once Lance started preaching here, I started working with him even way back when it was the evening service at First Seventh.
That's right, the first 7th days.
Yes, so I've been around since then.
Yes, and because of you and because of a lot of other church members, the gathering has become just a huge, neat thing.
Yes, it has.
It?
It's been very successful.
Yeah, it has. And so your leadership is so important. And because of that, I know you were nominated to be part of a program that's called Vital Leadership Academy that happened this past year.
Yes, so over the course of the past year, I've attended retreats at the conference level and met with people from other Methodist churches, as well as 4 other members from our church.
Yeah.
And we've gotten very close and formed a nice group.
I bet.
But we learned a lot of different things about finding our strengths and finding the strengths in others within the church to effectively lead and do the programs we want to do here.
Yeah, and then that leadership just continues, doesn't it?
It does.
And one of the ways for you that it continues is through, we have a group called the Board of Stewards.
Yes.
And our Board of Stewards is divided into 3 work groups. And you and I are both on the work group that's called Aware to Care.
Yes.
What in the world is that?
So Aware to Care is a ministry that's going to focus on the members of our church and making them all know that they're very important, and taking the data from when people sign in church and in activities and Sunday school, so we can see how people are doing and if they're coming and if they're satisfied with church. And so that way, if they have stopped coming, we can reach out and find out if there's a particular concern or a need that we as their church family can help them to address.
Right. And that reaching out is going to begin this summer, isn't it?
It is, very soon, with a small group of volunteers.
Yeah, which is one of the things we want people to know.
We do. We want people to know that that's something that they can volunteer to do, or to know that they may be receiving a call.
Right, because we just want to know that everybody is okay. And I think a part of the goal of our work group is to try to encourage everyone throughout the church to always sign in, to register attendance.
People do look at that.
Yes, it's important, and not just in worship services, right?
Right. Grace circles, small groups, Sunday school, choir, handbells, whatever it may be that you participate in.
Right. And because all that data is part of what we use and what our volunteers will use this summer to identify who are some people in our church that we want to initially send emails to say, we just want to make sure that you're okay.
Yes, yes. And we want people, this is a big church, and it can be easy to kind of fall through the cracks or feel lost. And we want to make sure that everybody knows that they are important and vital to the church, so that we can reach out to everybody that hasn't been coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To care for one another within our walls. It's what we do beyond our walls is incredibly important.
Very.
And what we do within our walls is equally important.
Very much so.
Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to this summer
I am
and
too.
how we're going to be able to give this our first stab at this.
Yes, in just a few weeks.
You bet. So there will be other ways that people will hear about this.
Yes.
But again, our work group is called Aware to Care, and we really do want to care for one another.
We do.
Well, Kelly, gosh, thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We want to remind you about a couple things coming up this week. The children's musical is going to be Sunday afternoon. Please come and enjoy that. And then also Wednesday evening, as we do every Wednesday evening, the pastor's Bible study is going to begin at 6 o'clock. That has grown to be a large, active group of people. Come be a part of that. And once again, a reminder to you that this coming Sunday is Pentecost Sunday. We are going to have fun celebrating the birthday of the Christian church, and we will do it in all 6 of our worship services. I hope to see you here. Well, friends, that's all for now. And yes, this has been your Moment with Mike.